If you're frustrated by your life because no matter what you do, you keep finding yourself in the same patterns, in the same situations over and over, I'm going to show you how to shift that for good in 2025. Hi, I'm Clarissa, and I help women reinvent themselves and their life through shadow work, sacred feminine ceremony, and developing a new self concept. Okay, so here is the very first thing that I want you to focus on if you want to shift this pattern and reinvent yourself now. Let your life trigger you into your next level. The moment that you decide that you want something for your life, what is going to happen is you are going to be presented with situations, with circumstances, with conversations, with people, with opportunities to call you up into the woman who can have that. But what is happening and the reason why you're stuck is because you're in your feelings. You are in your story about it all. You're too in what is actually happening and you're missing these opportunities. You're missing how your life is calling you into the woman it is that you want to become. What is happening right now is not happening to you. It's not happening to sabotage you. It's not happening to derail you, to discourage you. It's happening so that you have the opportunity to choose who you're going to be in that moment. Every single thing that you're experiencing in your life is a result of your thoughts about yourself, about your life, about your goals, about the situation. That's what we call your self concept or identity. It is a result of how you're feeling because how you feel determines what you do and what you don't do in these circumstances. And what you choose to do and also what you choose not to do is what is creating the result, the life experience that you are having. It is the reason why you have what you have or don't have what you don't have. So, the very first thing that you need to work on is noticing when this pattern that you're sick and tired of experiencing is showing up and paying attention to what are my thoughts about this area of my life? How am I feeling about this area of my life? And when I feel that way, how am I behaving? How am I showing up? What am I doing? What am I not doing? And when I follow the through line of the thoughts, the feelings, and actions, does it make sense that I keep experiencing the same thing over and over? If you are stuck in what I call this like merry-go-round where it's like do 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 do, things keep happening over and over. It's because you keep thinking the same things about yourself, about your life, about the situations. It's because you're feeling the same way about your life, about yourself, about the situation. And it's because you're doing or not doing the same things. And if you're wondering why things aren't changing, that's why, because you keep missing what your life is asking you to do, what your life is asking you to become. The pattern is repeating itself not because you're doing anything wrong. It's repeating itself so that you wake up and realize this is the opportunity for you to decide who you're going to be. Which brings me into step 2 of reinventing yourself and breaking this pattern once and for all. You are going to need to get crystal clear on who this pattern is asking you to become. You have to see very clearly the woman who can create what it is that you desire to create. You have to align your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with who it is that you want to become or who it is that you're going to need to become to create what it is that you want in your life. Every single thought that you think, every single feeling that you feel or don't know how to handle, every single action that you take is either pulling you closer to her or keeping you stuck where you are, moving you further away from the woman it is that you want to become. So you need to be able to map out who this woman is. Specifically, what I want you to focus on is what is she thinking? What is she feeling? What is she doing? And what is she not doing? How does she speak about herself and her life no matter what is happening in her life. What is her internal dialogue? No matter what is happening. Where is her focus? No matter what is happening. And how are you going to choose to see yourself as her no matter what is happening in your life? I promise you that the sooner that you can get on board with the way this version of you thinks, how she feels, how she moves through life, the quicker you will create exactly what it is that you desire. Once you understand the pattern and who you're not being, once you understand who it is that you're going to need to be, the next step in reinventing yourself and breaking this pattern and creating a new experience for yourself is you're going to have to stop abandoning yourself. You're going to have to stop abandoning this version of you that you're desiring to become when shit gets hard. 9 times out of 10, the reason why you do not have the life it is that you want, the reason why you are not feeling the way you want to feel, the reason why you're not experiencing the things that you want to experience in your life is because you keep abandoning who it is that you say you want to be. You have to get so good at choosing her. You have to get so good at keeping your connection to her. You have to get so good at redirecting your focus back to her, the woman it is that you desire to become. And what I want to say here is it is not your fault that you keep reverting back to your old identity, your old way of being, your old patterns of thinking, your old patterns of feeling, your old patterns of doing. It's a survival thing. It's how our brain is wired. It's easier to do what is familiar, to do what you've been doing. Because one, it's the thing that's the most practice. This is how you've been for a long time. So the brain is going to go to what is easier. But also it happens because we have not yet learned to regulate our emotions, when we're self-choosing. This is why, as part of your reinvention process, as part of you breaking this pattern and creating new experiences for yourself, you have to get so good at regulating your emotions when you are self-choosing, when you are staying committed to becoming her, because people are going to have things to say. It is going to rock the boat. People are going to have big feelings. And the reason why we abandon ourselves is because we don't know how to be with the sensations in our body when other people are having sensations in theirs. And the sooner you can get really good at being with these sensations, the easier it is going to become for you to choose to think the thoughts, choose to feel the feelings, choose to take the action, say the thing, not say the thing, but act in alignment with this version of yourself. And if you can do that, over time, what is going to happen is you will become her. Which brings me to step 4. Every single day of your existence until you are her, as often as you can remember, I'm going to need you to take the next small action that is available to you to align yourself with the woman it is that you desire to become. This piece is about showing up for yourself in the way that you speak, in the way that you move, in the decisions that you make, so that you can actually be her. You have to stop waiting for your external circumstances to give you the permission to be her. You got to just be her now in whichever way is the most feasible and accessible to you right now. And here's what I mean by that. If the woman it is that you want to become saves money and your brain offers you the thought, but we don't have money to save, how can you start saving right now, even if it's just a penny with every single paycheck? I promise you that if you save a penny with every single paycheck, your brain will start getting the picture that you're a woman who saves because you're saving a penny. If you know that this woman that you want to become, she thinks that she is so capable, I'm going to need you every single day to pull out your notes app on your phone or your journal, and you better be writing down what was one thing that I was capable of doing today. And I don't care if that one thing was that you were capable of going to work even when your brain told you that you didn't want to be there, or you were capable of driving a car. All of this matters because it's teaching your brain, it's rewiring your brain. It's aligning your identity with this woman it is that you want to become. If this version of you, I'm giving you another example, if this version of you, would be admiring her body, but you right now don't have the body that you think is worthy of admiring, I'm going to need you right now, every single day when you look in the mirror, to find one thing that you admire about your body. I don't care if it's like the way this one little perfect curl is curling. That counts. And I know, trust me that I know, that it can be really hard to connect to her, to get clear on how this version of you thinks and what she does and what she doesn't do and how she feels, which is why I created the You're Already Her activation meditation. And this meditation is going to help you to connect with the version of yourself who's already living the life you desire. And it will give you clarity on how you can start aligning with her today. When you download this meditation, it is free. You're also going to get access to my mini course, Your Sacred Reinvention, that walks you through the process of reinventing yourself, the 7 phases of reinvention. And again, the link to that will be in the description box. The 4 steps of reinventing yourself, of getting out of a pattern and creating a new experience for yourself, is to, number 1, start noticing and paying attention to the frustration, the pattern that is coming up. Because if you start paying attention, you will see all of the places that you are not being heard. Step 2 is to get clear on who she is. How does she think? How does she feel? How does she move? Step 3 is to stay committed to her and stop abandoning her and yourself. When it gets hard, you gotta stay in it. This is the part of life, death, and rebirth and metamorphosis where the caterpillar stays in that damn cocoon until it becomes a butterfly. We keep trying to break out of the cocoon and wondering why we're still caterpillars or goo now, right? Because our life is falling apart because you keep getting out. You have to learn how to stay in. Keep self-choosing even when it's hard. And then step 4 is whatever action is available for you right now to start embodying her, doing what she does, thinking how she thinks, feeling how she feels. You better start latching onto that and doing it right now, because it's going to start rewiring your brain, shifting your identity. And what is going to happen is that your reality will reflect who it is that you believe that you are. This is how we reinvent ourselves. We align our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions with the life and the version of ourselves who can create that life.